Hello, Dr. Daniel and class. My name is Brandon Bernadowitz, and this week's presentation is about the somatosensory system. This presentation is not a comprehensive analysis of all extant somatosensory system functions. However, it serves as a cursory introduction intended to advance the discussion of neuroscience as part and parcel of its vast collection of disciplines. We will discuss this system's primary neural connections, anatomical structures, cerebral functions, and industrial implications to the wider framework of society and culture. The somatosensory system is responsible for transmitting signals associated with bodily movement, touch, and pain. It is a network of integrated structures that connects the peripheral and central nervous systems to actuate reactions and interpret the aforementioned sensory inductions. This presentation will focus on the somatosensory systems associated with the human perception of physical pain, more specifically, nociceptive pain. The function of our sensory perception of pain is quite self-evident. It serves to alert our conscious body of sustained tissue damage and the abidance to avoid kinetically harmful activities or interactions. As any reasonable person can imagine, this is quite a critical function because it allows conscious forbearance to potential injury through unpleasant nervous system signal deterrence that manifest as felt pain. Structure and function. The primary neural receptors that transfer signals associated with physical pain are called nociceptors, which are part of the peripheral nervous system. Nociceptors propagate action potentials through neurons as a response to stimuli, such as unintended contact with a sharp object or necessary injection of a needle for immunization. The biochemical constituents associated with the propagation of nociceptor action potentials are adenosine triphosphate, potassium, and a sundry of enzymes that are released during stimulation. They bind to the corresponding ion-gated channels within the receiving neural membrane for transmission to the central nervous system. The action potentials, the electrical impulses sent through neurons as signals, traverse the nervous system by various pathways and meet the somatosensory cortex, which is responsible for the conscious interpretation of sensory inductions, the terminus location of the sensory pain pathway. The sensory pain pathway. This diagram depicts the successive anatomical actuation of the neural action potentials navigation within the somatosensory pain pathway. This nociceptive pain begins with excitatory stimuli such as a sharp needle making contact with the epidermal layer of skin. The stimuli create an action potential in the nociceptor axon terminal, which is part of the peripheral nerve system, and propagate the signal toward the spinal cord. The signal moves through the brainstem from the spinal cord and enters the thalamus. The thalamus organizes the nociceptive pain signals first actuated in the peripheral system and sends the signal to the somatosensory cortex. This is located in the postcentral gyrus of the parietal lobe, which is next to the motor cortex, where the pain signal will fully manifest from human consciousness within the integrated interpretive subcortical domain of the somatosensory cortex. Industrial and social implications. Studying somatosensory systems, notably the nested subcategory of nociceptor pain research, could produce profound industrial and potential social implications. Chronic pain relief is achieved by gleaning a deeper understanding of pain pathways, and the biochemical relationships of neurology can help researchers provide biomedical insight for developing products and pharmaceuticals to alleviate enduring pain. Another interesting development by Tyler 2017 asserts that patients who suffer from phantom limb syndrome and are otherwise handicapped by the loss of limbs could benefit from the net results that have emerged from data confirmed by somatosensory research. Moreover, a lesser discussed but more humanistic approach by Gallo et al. 2018 declares that research on somatosensory systems may indeed promote pro-social behavior in individuals. This is formulated by the relationship between individual human proclivities towards empathetic sensibilities of witnessing others in pain and the active neural connectedness embedded within the somatosensory cortex. In summation, the somatosensory system delivers and interprets neural signals for functions such as movement, touch, and pain. Our nociceptive pain response aims to alert our consciousness to extraneous threats and damage to body tissue. This process is actuated through a sensory pain pathway, beginning with a stimulus in the peripheral nervous system and ending in the somatosensory cortex, where the stimulus is interpreted and integrated into conscious thought. The proliferation of somatosensory research can aid in biomedical advancements, including pain management treatments for chronic ailments, and may propagate a more robust pro-social emergence of behavior in the broader context of our culture and society. Thank you.